So what we've got here is we've got a graph that goes over loads of millions of years before the present, and then we've got loads of different types of ages. So ones that will stand out are things like the Jurassic and the Triassic and so on. But what we're looking at here is, along this axis, the number of families. So that's how many different species and things there are. And then as the graph goes along, so as time goes up, it's like a big explosion. Then we get loads of species. And then we have these drops. Okay? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main drops. These are mass extinction events. Scary. So mass extinction events, and this is where a huge proportion of the animals and the plants and things that were alive at the time died. We can look at that, we can see here. What we've got is the, I'm going to mess these words up, but here we go. The Ordovician, where 85% of things that are alive were died. The Devonian, 70%. Permian, 95% of things that were alive died. Triassic, 76, and the KT, which is probably our most likely or most recent one, 80% of things that died. Okay? Mass extinctions. That is so much stuff that's dying. So what we've got is we've got loads of different reasons why, or what could contribute to these mass extinction events. Things like atmosphere, climate, maybe these ones are very short term but cause long term effects. Ocean acidification, oxygen level, air temperature. Okay, but there tend to be a mixture of all of these together. So just to give you an idea, before the KT extinction event, which is either an asteroid or a volcano things, that's when we had all the dinosaurs walking around, like Tyrannosaurus Rex, or like raptors, etc. Sorry, Triceratops, that escaped me. We have this extinction event and all of these die out. And things that we have left over are essentially mammals. And we have the age of mammals after, and we see that they're a lot smaller and a lot more diverse in their surroundings and what they can live through, which is why they survive. Now here, what I've put into the PowerPoint is a video, and I'm going to click on the link, but it's going to take forever to load, so I won't do it. But you can go through and look and see what's happening to potentially what happens at the KT extinction. Okay. The other thing that I'm going to want you to do is I want you to look at these. So essentially we've got two activity sheets. We have here an activity sheet which tells us about the scene, and we're talking about that extinction event 65 million years ago. What I want you to do is I want you to read through a few texts, a few theories, okay, and come up with which theory you think is the most convincing. Now, it says here to work in a group of 3. We're not going to be able to do that in this case. I mean, if you can, that'd be brilliant, but like through WhatsApp, but we're not going to be able to do that. So you're going to have to go through and do it yourself. And you need to make a table to collect information about one possible theory. So what you should have is, if we just bring up a Word document, okay. So file a new document, okay. So you should have, if we insert a table that looks maybe a little bit like this. And you can look at the different theories, asteroid, and then write some information about them. Volcano, and then write some information about it, okay? You're going to have about 10 minutes to find out about the different things, maybe 15, 20. Then what you need to do is you need to have a go at answering these questions that are underneath. Okay? There are quite a few questions, and I'm not expecting you to get all the way through, but what I do want you to do is I want you to kind of look at these different events. So the third sheet that you've got is the one which has all the information on it. This is the one that you need to make very quick notes on in your table. So the asteroid theory, the supervolcano theory, and the climate change theory. Okay, so read through these, make notes in 3 different tables. Then what you need to do is answer these questions.